How did Dadaism and Situationism influence punk flyer art? Imagine a world where art is loud, chaotic, and makes you think twice. That's what punk flyer art became, and it didn't happen by chance. It's a story rooted into major art movements, Dadaism and Situationism. Both movements challenged traditional ideas and pushed boundaries, which fit perfectly with punk's rebellious spirit. Dadaism started in the early 1900s as a way to reject the boring, serious art of the time. It used collage, photomontage, and absurd images to shock people and question authority. Punk flyers borrowed these ideas by cutting up photos and mixing images and words in wild, chaotic ways. For example, punk artists like Jamie Reed used manipulated photographs and defaced images, such as the Queen with a safety pin through her face, to make political statements. This style was all about creating visual chaos that made viewers stop and think. Dada's anti-art attitude meant that anyone could make art with whatever materials they had. Punk flyers often looked rough, homemade, and raw, reflecting this DIY approach. They used simple tools like scissors, glue, and photocopiers to produce striking visuals that challenged societal norms. This made punk flyer art accessible and rebellious, just like Dadaism wanted. Then there's Situationism, a movement that focused on disrupting everyday life and fighting against the influence of capitalism and mass media. The Situationists believed that images and advertisements numb people and keep them from thinking for themselves. Punk flyers took this idea and turned it into a tool for social and political activism. They weren't just ads for bands, they were statements meant to wake people up and question the world around them. The chaotic and confrontational style of punk flyers echoes Situationist ideas. They often used bold, shocking images and slogans to challenge the status quo. The goal was to create situations or moments of disruption that made people think differently about society. These flyers were more than advertisements. They were acts of rebellion and calls for social change. So, in the end, punk flyer art is a mix of Dada's chaotic collage and anti-art attitude with Situationism's focus on disrupting the social order. Dada gave punk flyers their visual style of collage, photomontage, and shock tactics. Situationism inspired their political edge and their role as tools for social awakening. Together, these movements made punk flyers powerful symbols of rebellion, creativity, and social critique.